up, big dog?
What's going on, Brian? How are you,
Good,
sir?
good, brother. My internet's been acting up. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you sound like a robot in and out.
damn piece of shit. I didn't even have it for a couple of days. Damn it. Is it still breaking up, going back and forth?
Nah. It's pretty good right now.
Oh shit. Let's get busy. Hey man, what are you doing this week?
Working,
I mean, like, what do you got going on?
sanding a job. We just got it stained and first coated today. Get it finished up tomorrow.
What's
Couple
tomorrow?
estimates on Friday.
What are you doing Friday?
Couple estimates. I still ain't charging for estimates. I mean, I've charged for a couple in my lifetime, but these motherfuckers down here are different. But I'm, as soon as I get the books going, whereas those, I'll charge them again. As soon as I get it, the calendar like your calendar, whereas though I got 3 full crews and two subs on standby. Up, you're frozen again. Oh shit. Yeah, man. But I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can hear me, I mean it looks like it's still recording. Oh, no. I'm in the show, but you're not in the show. Oh shit. The contractor's contractor will be back shortly. Damn, should I leave and come back? Maybe, right?
Hey,
And we're back.
man, I don't know. I did the old unplug it, plug it back in bullshit.
See how far that goes.
Hey man, so you stained it today. How many feet?
1,600 feet.
When'd you start?
We started basically yesterday, but I mean it's new wood, like it ain't nothing special.
Yeah,
It ain't nothing hard, I mean.
that's still pretty good though. 1,600 feet. You stained it today, and then how many, are you going to finish it tomorrow? Like 3 coats of water base?
Yeah, I got 1 coat down today. I'll put 2 more down tomorrow. Ah, shit, you freezing up again. Oh no, you're
God
not.
damn it!
No, you're not. No, you're not. You got still in quiet for a minute. Oh shit, maybe you did freeze up. Well, I don't know if you can hear me, Brian, but yeah, I mean it's 1,596 feet. It's 3 bedrooms, living room, dining room, office type shit. Early American, 3 coats of water. It's a sub. I'm a sub on the job. Last week we did a nice one, 1,700 feet, walnut, 12-inch, engineered from Carlisle. We stained that ebony and put 4 coats down. But I didn't want to do the, oh shit, I'm by myself again. I didn't want to do the Facebook Live because I got a couple people in Tennessee that I didn't, and I know at least one of them he bid the job as well, so I didn't need any negative energy coming my way before I could get that damn job finished. So I took video, but I'll be posting that on Facebook next week, and posting it to Google. I just wanted to get it done and paid before I start posting videos of it. Damn, should I leave again? I guess.
Are you there, bro?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We ain't going nowhere now. I moved completely into the freaking whole different part of the house.
Yeah, the job we were on today, I tried to tag you in it, because there was chickens and shit jumping on the truck and whatnot. I said, man, it feels like I'm at your house. Minus the weather and the pool, right?
Yeah. Where you at? Outside of Chattanooga somewhere?
Yeah, we were in Dunlap, so it's just about almost an hour away.
Oh, okay. Hey, so yeah, are you guys going to do 3 coats of water base tomorrow and be done with it?
We did one. We got 1 coat down today, and then we'll do 2 tomorrow.
Oh, that's cool. And then are you? You said you're doing something Friday. What are you doing Friday?
Friday, I just got a few estimates.
All right, good. Hey, somebody called yesterday or today?
It was today, yeah.
Did you call them back?
Yeah. That's one of the estimates that I got to go to on Friday.
Yeah. Hey, who's giving you all the sub work that you're doing?
H&H Floors.
She don't have to look them up.
Well, they were one of the he was one of the reasons that I came down here, but when I got down here, they kind of like they were like they never talked to me or some shit. So I was like, all right, whatever, But then, I bothered him a couple more times, like, I'm down here. And then he was selling some equipment, so I called him up about the equipment. And then he gave me a job. We did the job, the people loved us. And he seen what we that we could solve the problem he was having. He was having a problem with, the finishers fucking up jobs. So they've been giving me it started off slow. Like they gave me a couple jobs in a couple months, and then last year, like we probably did. I don't know. I haven't looked at the W-2 yet because I'm not ready to, or the 1099. I'm not ready to do taxes. But we probably did about 100,000 with them last year.
Shit, man, that ain't bad at all. Hey, what's the price difference between like if you're bidding it directly with the homeowner versus him paying you?
It's $1.70.
$1.70?
Yeah. They pay me $4.30 if it's stained. If it's natural, and that's with all the bells and whistles. Like it's $2.75 it starts at, but they want 2-component finish. They want dust collection. They want stain. It comes out to $4.30.
Yeah.
For all that shit.
And if you went right to the homeowner, you'd be charging what? What?
I charge them $6.
Yeah.
Well, that's the number I throw out at them, and then we call back, follow up. If price was the issue, we could come down, we could knock the dust collection off, we could work with it. If you want to pay us cash,
yeah,
we could get down to that $4.30 or the $4. I've done jobs for $4 down here.
Yeah. I mean, but,
shit, I did a job last week for $8.75. I felt what it was like to be Brian last week.
I know, man. Look, man, don't do it because you start doing it for $8.25, you go, I can't go back. That's just yeah.
I know.
There's
Shit.
there's a couple of guys in the Dust Life group that stay busy, but they're charging pennies on the dollar, and I'm like, damn, I'd rather do one job for $6 or $7 than to do 3 or 4 jobs for $3.
No, I would say, damn, Brian, 90% of the flooring people are at $3 to $5.
Yeah.
Like there's very few people that are getting more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, there's people getting less than that.
No, a bunch. But that's what because I think I posted in there and went back and forth with a bunch of guys because I posted it in a couple of different groups, and I started it off with, this question is for business owners only or some shit like that. And then I said, what do you pay your subs?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Like 30% or 40% there, and they were like,
and they were like, they just add 10% on top, and it's like, huh?
Yeah, and I'm like, how can you can't run no business at 10%? I'm like, adding 10%. I was like, shit, I'm throwing 15% just at marketing. So
I was gonna say, just in marketing, exactly.
Yeah. So
plus your overhead, it's like, that doesn't work.
If you're paying leasing and utilities, and you're paying an office manager and a project manager, someone who's doing the bidding, and then the company's got to make money, and then the owner of the company's got to get paid.
Absolutely.
That's what I tell all these guys who are like, so I mean, actually, if that dude's paying you $4, $4.30 a foot, if he can keep you busy, shit, that's something that you could build on.
No, that was one of the main things. Like, and also he markets, like he spends marketing money. They have a floor store, so they sell the flooring. Like he does a lot of installation, but when he gets to sanding, he likes to make money on that as well.
Yeah.
But they do the billboards, they do the Google and all that shit. Like he's in the top 3-pack with me.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that because it's like, all right, he's got the billboards and all that shit. I don't even need to compete with that part of the. No. Like I wouldn't even think about doing that, right?
No,
because it's like that work's coming to me anyway. At least the sanding part.
No, because once you start tracking everything and you're sitting there going, well, shit, I'm paying $1 a foot just to get the job anyway. When it comes to marketing.
Exactly.
Like if you watch that Tommy Mello and shit, he's got all the billboards. He's running radio ads nonstop. He's sending out mailers and door hangers nonstop. A shitload of Google and everything else. He still does. He kind of pushes like when you read his book, he's okay with Angie's List and those guys, but I think he may get something on the back end. But he works it. And he'll tell you, it's like if you're doing Angie's and Thumbtack and all that crap, you got to work it. You got to have someone right there instantly. So as soon as you get the lead, because 10 other guys is getting the lead.
Exactly.
So you got to pay someone who's sitting there manning the phones and stuff. And he didn't start out with it, but now he has the call center where he's got 12, maybe 20 girls sitting there answering the phone at all times.
He's got the machine. Yeah, he's got the machine.
Yeah. For all the, so I don't know, what is he in, like 23, 27 different states right now. But all the phones ring at his one location in Arizona because they know how to answer. Like if I had another 10 people like Danielle and Natalie answering the phone all day long, you could do the call center for people.
Hey, Brian, when's the last time you talked to Terry?
The electrician?
Yeah.
Let me hit this light over here, man. See if I can hit that light for me. See if I can get a little bit more light on me. Just through text messages or like or messenger on Facebook is the only thing, and that's maybe even been a couple of months. Have you talked to him?
Yeah. I talk to him probably every other week. Every other week. But he's doing something like he's got all the software and shit. I don't know, man. Maybe give him a call. See if you guys can because I know you guys could shit. Like you talk about the Tommy Mello and why we can't do this with floors or this and that. Like he's got a bunch of software that he's working with now, and it's pretty cool.
I wonder what he's using. You know what it is? It's not Service Titan, is it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I don't think it's Service Titan. Service Titan is a little bit too expensive right now for him.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it's like it may be the most expensive, and that's another one that Tommy Mello pushes. Uh, but because when Tommy Mello signed up with Service Titan, they only did HVAC. Now I think they do almost everything, maybe. But he was the first garage door company that they worked with, and he had to talk them into it, to paying a shitload of money with them, and they helped kind of build all the CRM crap to follow up. But yeah, I'll shoot Terry a message and see what the heck he's using, because Tommy says if you can't afford Service Titan, drop down to Home Pro. And we looked at Home Pro a year or two ago, and for whatever reason, the girls didn't like it. So I don't know.
yeah.
But that was the other thing. Like, I don't know if you've seen that post, because I even did that other post going, hey, like, how many of you guys have even heard of someone like Tommy Mello? And if he can do it with garage doors, why in the hell can't you do it with flooring? Maybe not just wood flooring. I don't know, but even wood flooring is pretty vast.
I mean, Bona tried it, right? And Bona's got the money to do it.
Yeah.
So Bona, I mean, I think now would be easier with the planetary sanders, because I mean, you almost have to have a dummy proof system, and there's a lot of dummies out here.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
because I was going to ask you is like, because you, every time I see somebody post something about a new like a piece of equipment, it seems like your ass has it somewhere.
Yeah, I have a bad habit, Brian. I need to be in rehab or some shit.
Hey, but can you sand a floor with the planetary thing without using the Hummel or something?
Yeah, I mean, the last couple jobs, that's what we did, and the next week's job, that's what we're gonna do too, because it's an engineered, so we're not trying to take too much off.
Yeah.
But that new one, that one that I was showing, that red one, that one is a monster. Like that one, I mean, it's a monster, and it doesn't beat you up like the spider. The spider can sand the floor start to finish too, but it's like running a buffer all day, like grinding with a buffer. So it beats the shit out of you. Okay. But this one, it runs like a buffer, but you don't have to put the weight on it. It has enough weight on its own.
And which one is it?
It's the Discus, the FG Discus.
That's the one that
TJ
that TJ sells, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Yuli, which one do you have? Because I don't think you have the power drive.
Yeah, I got a power drive as well.
How is that in comparison to the thing you're talking about, Jeremy, about with the power drive?
I mean, the power drive is good after the big machine.
Yeah, like the Epoch, right? Like the one I bought for the guys a couple of years ago. That Epoch.
No, but I'm asking, like, in comparison, whatever you're talking about, how that compared to the power drive.
Yeah, it's nowhere. It can't sand the floor like the Discus can. Like the power drive's a nice finish, final sanding. Like you could get a floor.
Jeremy, I sand the whole floor with a power drive. I did it. I started off like that. I started 36.
What 36, 50?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. I just did.
No, you could definitely do it with a power drive. I get it. It just takes it. Yeah. Like the difference between the power drive and the FG. Is the time. Like you could probably sand the floor with the FG just as fast as you could do it with a big machine.
Oh wow! Who's the maker? Who's the maker of that thing?
It's FG Floor Tech.
Yeah,
and it's made in America.
It's made in Germany.
Oh man!
Damn, all them Germans, man, son of a bitch.
I think that hyper grinder is closest to the power drive.
Is it better than the what's it called, the Trio, in your opinion?
It's faster than the Trio. The Trio is like the slowest machine in the world.
Yeah.
the Trio is a tank, and it'll last forever. But it's slow as shit, man. Hey, like it'll take you forever to sand the floor with a Trio. Like
how much is the FG? How much is the FG, Jeremy?
It retails to about 8,000.
Well, it's a vacuum system. has a vacuum system with
It
it?
does not have. It's like all the others. It doesn't have a vacuum system built in. The only one that does that is the Trio.
Yeah.
Well, and the American, the 3DS, that I don't even know if they still make that.
Okay.
Yeah, but you hook a vacuum up to the
Yeah. All of them. Yeah.
I tell you what, their vacuums are the best. Like
FG,
them little vacuums, man.
FG.
They're the only thing that I have that's better than those little ones is that monster that I have.
Yeah.
That US Sander. But any other like the AVAC 26, that's okay, but it doesn't compare to the aspirator.
Hey, what about that little vacuum that everybody's always bragging about, the one where I had that orbital that was like $700? What's that machine?
Oh, the Festool?
Yeah, the Festool. They're supposed to have a pretty good vacuum. Does it work?
Yeah, but not for that. But not
yeah,
for
not for that.
Vacuum.
Like
that's just for smaller crap, like for the stairs or corners.
Yeah. But like that aspirator, that FG aspirator. I mean, it's got like 170-inch water lift, 150 CFM. It's a monster.
I'm always interested in new stuff. I think it makes sense, like the people that are all set in their ways, like they have new stuff, and I mean, I see 75% of the floors I see, they have scatter marks all over them, and I'm sure the guys know more than I do, but my floors are more flat, they're more flat.
Yeah, because for me, it's like if it can speed up the process, that's the only thing.
And the quality. And the quality.
I mean, with like Brian, the way you got, like, your system is pretty damn bulletproof. Like the way you got your guys, like they're in and out in 2 days, 3 days maximum. Like you got it. I'm trying to figure out how you do it.
Yeah, but we just, it's that Hummel. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's the Hummel or even the American is pretty good also. But because we're hitting it with that 36, 60, 100, and then we're hitting it with that Epoch. With 100, and then we're pretty much done, depending on what they're going to do.
Right.
If it's maple or if it's walnut, and we're going to be staining it, then we'll screen it with something to really get down a lot less scratches, and then we'll hit it and then we'll water pop it.
If you stain it, you do 120. Do you ever do that mesh? The
yeah, we always use them. Yeah, we always use them. If we're staining, we pretty much always use the mesh, but we
120.
No, just 100. If it's maple, we'll use like 120 or 150.
Right. Man, I'm getting.
But then we have to water pop too. But that's the whole thing with me, Doug, is maybe that one that you're talking about, because they tried to say that Epoch could sand the floor, and I'm like, oh hell no, this thing would take forever. It
can, but it takes forever. Like no, I've done it with that too.
That's how I started. I started with the buffer and the multi-disc underneath, that's how I started. I started my first floor like that.
So it's possible, but it takes a minute.
I didn't even have a vacuum. That whole house was like the
my God.
The dust was like, hey, Doug, 5 inches thick.
Hey, does that FS does it sand it as deep as the like the Hummel would do?
No, it doesn't. It can if you stay in one spot. It'll go through the floor, but
yeah,
like I have a video. I think I sent it on. I've put it on Facebook. But we did an engineered Carlisle floor last week, walnut, and I started with it's pre-finished. I started with 80 grit green.
Wow.
And I was chewing through it.
What was it raw wood or pre-finished?
No, it was pre-finished Carlisle.
That's crazy,
I don't know if you guys get Carlisle. I mean, I'm sure you could out there in California.
Yeah, I mean, they used to do a lot of it, but isn't that the one with the oil?
This one it wasn't oil. It was it smelled like pre-finished, like a regular pre-finished. Smelled like aluminum oxide, but it didn't. It wasn't tough like aluminum oxide.
Oh. Huh.
It smelled like it, but it wasn't tough like it.
Hey, that 1,600 feet that you just did, you said it was raw wood. Was it 2 1/4 raw wood, or was it engineered raw wood?
No, it was 3 1/4 red oak, like number one.
So did it have number one? So did it have a lot of overwood?
Yeah, it had a lot of overwoods.
And you still and all you used was the
And you,
FS?
Yeah, I used the FG and the power drive. I ran the FG first, and I had one of the guys running the power drive
Behind you.
behind me.
And you
Yeah,
think that was faster than the big machine?
probably. I don't know if it was faster, but it was just as fast. Like
Just as fast,
because
huh?
because we cut down on the edging, even though it was raw wood, like the edging would have been fast anyway.
Yeah.
Um, and we got the floors flat the first time, like because it's a planetary, right? So it's getting
Yeah.
the floors flat from the beginning.
I
Yeah.
like
No, I got it. And
I
then,
like that.
hey, do you use his edger?
I have his edger, and I love that damn edger, but it takes like guys that have been using the 7R, the B2 or something like
Yeah.
that. It's not the same edger. Like you got to get used to it. Like, but his edger, I love that edger in the gyms. Like I put 80 grit on in the gyms, and I'm cutting the floor. And I mean, if you've ever done gyms, you know that's something. That's
Yeah.
something right there.
Yeah, because it's hard to beat that Super 7. I just like the way that he was showing me was how you could change the head on
You're
it.
talking about the what's the name, the puck, that new one that they have. I don't have that one.
No, because I think that's the little one though. But he said his edger, you could change it so it can goes underneath the toe kicks if you want it to.
Yeah, I think both of those have an attachment for it though. Like the one I have is a 220 edger. It's the Typhoon, and it's variable speed. So if you get a waxy floor, you can slow it down
Yeah.
or speed it up, whatever you wanted to do. But if it's a waxy floor, you slow it down so it doesn't get as hot.
Yeah.
So it's a good machine. But it's a learning curve to it. Like especially if you've been running the Super 7, there's a learning curve to it.
Hey
Is that because
Doug,
of the way the handlebars are and the way it sticks out?
Yep.
hey Doug, I'm driving here. I'm looking at FG Floor Tech. Is it the multi-disc sander? Is that the thing you're talking about?
Yeah, it's probably the multi.
Is it like red and black?
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's 220, right, Doug?
It's 220. Yeah.
Does it have like the power drive has like a box in between, or is it just straight into the plug? Is there like a like
No, it has a box. It has because
something like that?
I mean, you can get it single speed, but I mean it like the
Right.
price for the single speed and the variable speed is, I think the difference is like $500. So
Right.
I like the variable speed better.
Mhm.
So
You
that
say-
one
You say
has
it's
a
more
box.
aggressive. It's more aggressive than the.
It's
power
way
drive.
more. It weighs as much as a big machine though. So like
Wow.
whereas the power drive, you can man that machine. Like if you're one guy, you can do the power drive easily. One guy is not carrying this damn machine. This machine is a monster.
You can't if you have a ramp, you just ramp it off your van and then,
You can ramp it easy, yeah, but what if you got to get upstairs? Like, yeah, if you got to get upstairs, it's tough.
But
Hey, but it doesn't weigh more than
one step at a
it doesn't
time.
weigh more than the big machine, does it?
It's close. If it doesn't weigh as much as the big machine, it's pretty close.
No shit.
It's heavy. It's heavy as shit.
You can't do like one step at a time because the wheel, like I used to do it in carpet cleaning. Just take one stair at a time. You just pull it up and then.
Hey, Doug, can you take it apart?
No.
Because like the Hummel, if it was just
you could take the motor off, yeah.
Yeah, you could take the motor off and run up the steps, come back down, grab the frame, and run up the steps again if you wanted to.
No, you need another guy.
But you guys have you guys seen the Hummel has these big wheels? I saw it on Facebook ad.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Do you know anybody who used it? It looks really good. It looks like it really works, that thing.
I've seen a bunch of guys. I've seen a bunch of guys that made their own, but I don't know anybody that has the one that Lagler sells.
No, but ours we have rollers for all of our Hummels.
Yeah, but you talking about the little ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one he's talking about they're big wheels. Like you could probably go up the stairs with them, even though they don't recommend that. They don't recommend you go up the stairs with it, but you probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because those rollers that we have are fine. We rolled that thing in house. But yeah, that's what got me with man. You're going to spend $8,000 for a sander. And remember, because I posted that last week. You know, like if to buy all the equipment, you're at like 40 grand for the equipment.
Yep.
And that's what I was telling guys. I was like, well, F that, man. If I gave you all of my manuals, 15 grand, you could use that equipment. Because it's step by step where a fucking McDonald's 15-year-old could read through it and know what to do. I'm sitting there going, I see all these guys trying to sell this equipment because they don't have any work. And I'm like, well, dude, get the fucking work and use the equipment. Hire someone to do the equipment.
If anybody could do the Tommy Mello and floors, Brian, is you, man.
These guys are killing me. Well, because I wanted to show you this because we've talked about this before, Doug. Like, because I went round and round with this dude on Dust Life, and I like him a lot. But he kept trying to tell me, he was like, man, you're just not getting it, Brian. You're just not getting it. Your definition of if you got to be there, it's not. I looked up the definition of business, and that's not what it is. And I said, dude, you can have any definition you want. I said, you look at Robert Kiyosaki, you look at Elon, I said, any real successful business owner. I brought up Tommy Mello. I said, he's not running 30 different locations. He's not at any of them. I said, the whole idea is if you have to be there. And I sent him a video where I think it was like 4 years ago, I did a presentation at the 7th graders at one of the middle schools for career day. And so they brought me in because we own the company. And I don't even think I talked about the company. All I talked about was Robert Kiyosaki's 4 quadrants. And I kept telling
I think I saw that video. Yeah, you have it on YouTube, right?
Yeah, man. Because I was telling the kids, I said, whatever the kid's name was, I said, if you hire me to come paint your house and you give me $5,000 and I paint it in 5 days, how much do I get per day? And the kids yelling out, 1,000 a day. I said, yeah. So if you give me 5,000 and then I hire this little dude over here and I give him 500 a day, how much do I get? 2,500. How much does he get? 2,500. I said, man, that's still good money, right? I said, you work all week for 2,500, right? And everybody's like, I said, but I could do 5 houses like that and just have 5 people working. And this dude just wasn't getting it. But I want to share the picture. Is let me hit share so we can. Everybody should take this effing picture and have it on their wall in 3 or 4 places throughout the whole house. You see it?
Oh, the quadrant, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know how many years ago it was that I seen this, and it had already made sense to me because we were already doing that. But that whole, because even when I was talking to the 7th graders, is we all get stuck right here as an employee. You have a job, yada yada yada, and then people become self-employed, and they get stuck here. And my argument is, if you're going to stay right here in self-employed, man, I swear to God, it's probably better off to just go get a job with somebody, because you get to clock out and say F it. You ain't got to deal with the homeowners and the weekends and the going around bidding the jobs and worrying about the market, all of that crap. Because right here, you're doing everything yourself, bidding the jobs, running around, doing is like there's no time off, nothing. You want to get to here. Here's totally different, but you've got to get to the business owner part. And I'm arguing with this guy. I'm like, dude, I said, why are you? I said, I don't want to argue with you. I said, if that's all you want, then I'm fine with it. That's all you're going to ever. I said, but it's I said, and anybody who tries to tell you it's easy, and I use the word easy because another dude was saying, oh man, it ain't easy. I said, no. I said, nothing's easy. I said, but it's kind of simple if you follow the steps. I said, but if it takes 3 years or 5 years or 10 years, I said, shit, dude, even if it took 20 years to get to where, the business is running itself and you take 2 or 3 months off and go on vacation and everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. I said, at least you get there. I said, man, you start at 25, at 45, the business is running itself. You could sell it or whatever the hell. And it's only going to take that long if you ask backwards and don't try to do anything. But that should be the goal. I said, and if it's
not making me feel bad here, Brian.
No,
I hear you.
It only started 3 years ago. Before that, you never even heard of like any other step.
No, I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
No, I know, but But that's what I think is like, shit, man, at least make it the go. But they don't even want to hear it for some reason. Like when I bring up Tommy Mello, I'm like, dude, if he can do it with fucking garage doors, come on. And the whole other thing was like, do you do the drug testing or the background checks or employees? The problem with wood floor guys, and I think they use it as an excuse more than they try to say, oh man, I can't put my name on anything that I don't do. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking ego talking. You ain't the best in the world. Ain't no, get 100 homeowners to come in and look at all the different floors. None of them's going to know the difference between a level 2 and a level 10. They're going to walk in. You're the only one that's going to walk in and see scratches here or there and other shit, unless it's retarded bad.
Exactly.
And I used to, and now I'm thinking, they may just say that because, I mean, it's a lot of effing work to put the systems into place. One, it's a lot of effing work to figure out the systems.
That's the part, Brian. It's a lot of work to figure out the systems.
Yeah.
Because if you had the systems, like you were saying,
it's not just that. It's not just that, guys. It's also like what Brian is saying, and you know it, Doug, and I know it. We all know it. It's like, it's hard to let go. Like just looking after yourself is easy because it's instinctual. You know, the other stuff, it doesn't come easy to you. You have to really work. You have to work. It is a different kind of work. It doesn't come easy to you. You have to kind of like change your way of thinking, change your way of how you look at things. It's really difficult for most guys because most everybody just wants to keep control and keep doing what they're doing. You know.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's it.
That's
because if you can't send someone to do the job, that's because you haven't trained them properly, and you're the problem.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many challenges. Like even last week. Oh yeah, I had so much work. Now I'm like, there's nothing. Like, so what if I had hired the guy? Now I have to pay him. Now I have to pay him like something, and like. I don't know, so there's so many different things that come into play, and it's the easiest thing to just stick with yourself. It's the easiest thing, and then have a big mouth and act like that's all you want and blah 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 blah. That's all those guys do.
Yeah,
that's why
I guess we say it's easy, but man,
it's not easy.
When you get hurt or you can't do like something, and that's what I was telling a couple of guys last week. I was like, dude, I said, and I've got video after video, but it really starts with what kind of life do you want? It's like, it's supposed to be business coaching and all this other shit and how to build a business and all that shit. It's like, man, if you don't want anything out of life, then there's no reason to even build the business. It's or even try or start. So it always starts with you mentally. Nothing's going to change until we can get you to change mentally. Like and Doug listened to that book already 2 times, maybe going through it the 3rd time. And I mentioned it to a couple of guys last week, and I told him, I said, hey man, I said, it's not an easy book to read. But I said, most people don't want to read it because it tells you the only reason your life sucks is because of you, not because your mom was an alcoholic, not because your dad left, not because it's like all that shit happened, but the only thing that's going on in your life right now is the actions that you take every day. And most people don't want to hear that shit because they want to complain about their mom was an alcoholic and beat them, and they want you to go, yeah, man, that's why we can't do nothing. Pour me another drink. Let's go. So if you're having those conversations and hanging out with that's a hard book to effing read.
I mean, that's why I get called an asshole, because I always tell it's your fault. Like, there's no excuse, especially in America. Like, there's no excuses there. Like, maybe if you were somewhere else, like, okay, yeah, but not here, man. If you can't do it here, it's your fault.
Yeah, and because when I'm talking with contractors in Ireland or Australia or any I really can't say that, and I have to bring that up. I say, look, dude, I don't live there. That's not my country. I said, but if you woke up in America, whether you're here illegal or not, you've made it, and the illegals are making just as much money as everybody else and working twice as hard.
Yeah, because the opportunity, all like that, the opportunity is there. Like, whether you take advantage of it or not, that's on you.
Yeah, 100%.
So I mean, like, you know, I mean, shit. I could I could talk about my life all day long too, and you know, but shit.
Yeah. It ain't gonna help. Like, that's what I tell people. I said, I said, all right. I said, if you want to sit down and have a couple of drinks and play the woe is me story and go through how you grew up, I said, let's go. Let's see who
Let's
wins.
go. Let's
Let's roll the
go.
dice. I said, because I'll be hard fetched if it was like shit. We all went through something. Like man. Uh, hey, but let me see if I can share this.
Where are you located, Doug? Where you working?
I'm in
He's,
Tennessee now,
he's
Chattanooga.
pretty close to you.
Oh, okay, nice.
Where you at?
In Raleigh, in North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Nice.
Well, you moved. You came from where did you come from? You just moved over.
I was in Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Hey, man. One thing that you guys can do is let me present this, and I'll go through this a little bit slower. So we just remember because I just went through. Can you see this where it says sales rep manual
Yeah.
and then table of contents, all that crap? So I'm gonna and I just signed up for some Tommy Mello shit, some other stuff because I was in one of his calls and we were talking about even after you have all the effing systems, they only work if you work them. It's like everything else, and then you got to keep track of everything. Like they call it the KPIs. You know, like but so here's the sales rep responsibilities, expectations, the role overview as a sales rep. Your primary job is to conduct consultations, educate the homeowner, close the jobs. The office manager will handle most of the inbound calls, scheduling, but it's your job to deliver expert level consultations that build trust and secure projects. So everything is going to be like.
So Brian, real quick before you, but like your sales reps are your project managers as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if that'll ever change.
I mean that's genius. Like
yeah, because I don't know if that'll ever change. But like you remember, I posted that video like not too long ago, and I have to because in most of this shit, it ain't that it's new to me. I'm just not used to doing it, but I'm just doing a lot more of it now to help my daughter and her dude. But like they were yelling at me because like we do the videos and the pictures and we take a picture of the notebook, we take a picture of the proposal and all, and then everything is like, and I'm used to just texting it back to the office, and they're screaming at me like, no, it has to be emailed to everybody, so everybody gets the email. We can go in there and so it doesn't get lost because you can go to the email and just type in the name of the homeowner or the address, and it comes up immediately. And no matter how much I want to bitch, like. You can't tell me I'm the one who wrote the motherfucking system. It's like, but use it. So, but that's the whole thing. If they're supposed to carry this little 6-page manual with them at all time and look at it a couple of times throughout the day till they could almost read it back to me without even looking at it. But you know, so you're going to attend the schedule, blah blah blah, sales reps, and then that's that little part. Remember. Educate the homeowner, trust, all that stuff. Here's how the office manager, the sales rep works together. I want to go through this real quick so I can get down to the bottom part. They qualify the leads. So, because you've seen what the office manager does when they answer the phone. But so here, this is all big. So it's like, because it's all shit that you almost don't have to think about. But then when you show up and you get to the homeowner's house, there's something that you always effing forgot. But it's, so you got to show up with the branded folder, the estimate sheet, the price list, floor maintenance guide, and I don't have business cards. Think about getting these guys business cards just for them. I'm not a fan of them. Tools and equipment, measuring tape, digital laser measure, however you're going to do it. The notebook, I'm a huge fan of. Pen, quick notes, and we're starting to do this. Booties and for your shoes, or just remove the shoes before you
absolutely.
Appearance, that whole thing. You know, show up, hit some breath, some breath mints, phone for the pictures and the videos. I don't know who the hell don't have a phone, but then we're starting to do this too. You know, making sure you have dog treats, because it seems like 8 out of every 10 homes they have a dog. So if you show up and ask, hey man, I got some dog treats, you become best friends with the dog immediately.
So now, do you like what kind of dog treats do you get? Because I could see a problem with that.
Actually, Costco has some that we just bought that are something liver, but they're dried out liver, so they're like super healthy.
So they're organic and all that good
organic,
shit, right?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, got you.
So the consultation SOP, pre-appointment preparation, and this shit I have to look at it myself because I'm like a caveman, old school. But the shit, you need to do it. That's the whole thing. You look up the address, Google, see the property details, search for the landmarks, all that shit that I've told you guys over and over again. Look for the shared interest so you can build up rapport. They just need to read this over and over again, the same way you guys hear me say it over and over again. But it needs to be written down. Call a homeowner before you leave. I really like an hour or 30 minutes before you get there to call them and say, hey, I'm about 30 minutes away, Doug. I'm getting ready to stop at 7-Eleven, grab myself a cup of coffee. Do you need anything since I'm there? They're probably going to say no, but it's just a good gesture. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I do that every time I go to lunch. Like, we're about to go get lunch. You want something? If they're around.
Yep,
and like you said, 9.8 times out of 10, they say no.
Yeah, and that's the whole. and again, we know it, and it's like, but that's how you train people. If it's not written down, it's not real. I can't
exactly.
If it ain't written down, it ain't real. You get there 10 minutes early, all that shit. Look at the property, see if they got yard signs, dogs, whatever. Again, you're looking for everything so you can build a rapport with them. And around here is like most of them have like the UCLA Bruins, or their big rivalry is the USC Trojans. So that, or LA Dodgers, or Los Angeles Angels, the Anaheim Angels. So those are always, icebreakers and fun to talk about, all that crap. And then, grooming and professional, hair should be neat, deodorant, hit some breath mints, enter in the house, smile, all that stuff, the dog treats, building the rapport, but everything has to be written down. Ask about the family, neighborhood, establish a connection. All this shit you guys heard me say 1,000 times, it's just written down. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, those booties are big too. Like I always get good feedback with the booties. Because they see that you're already taking care of that home and you're not even
already trying. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Asking the questions, how long you live there, if it's your forever home, all of that stuff. This is my I've had this quote for freaking 30 years now. You got something in common with everybody you meet. It's up to you to find out what it is. And then you're discussing the project, all that stuff, the outcome, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking about pulling up and getting iPads for everybody, just so they can get online and show the video. Hey, watch a couple of these videos and hand them the iPad as you're doing measurements. I don't know. We're still thinking about it.
I got a little book that I give them of pictures.
Yeah. So imagine if you had the iPad, you could pull up pictures of jobs just like that, and they could scroll through it. There's no need to show them jobs of something that didn't have anything to do with the job that you're looking at. If you got it all dialed in, there's a couple of videos you can pull them up almost immediately, and it's right there. Take the pictures, capture any problems with the videos and stuff. Do the walkthrough video, same thing. Everything that you guys heard me say, and then it all
15 minutes.
Yeah, and then it all gets sent back to the office. Giving the price, take the pictures, closing the consultation, summarize everything, ask. Like I just talked with Yuli not too long ago. Was like, man, there's just no reason to leave the house without giving them the numbers right then and there. One, they should already know the numbers before you show up. All of that should have been talked about. But then you do the follow-up, send out the consultation, and that's it. So it's like, what is it, 6 pages? 9 pages. So this is almost ready to go back to the printer. And then by the time we print it out, it never fails. We'll get about 5 of them printed out, and then everybody will go through it and find mistakes, and then we'll go in and fix it, and then we'll put it into like a spiral bound at Kinko's or FedEx. I think they call it now FedEx. But it's just like they do that little plastic spiral bound, and we do like a thick plastic cover on it to protect it, and you're good to go. So it's something that the project manager and the sales dude, it should never leave. It goes with everything else. His notebook and his proposal forms, and our proposal forms are already filled out. And then those daily activity sheets that we do at the end of the day are freaking huge, because you gotta start dialing in the number. I don't care if you're making 10% profit or 90% profit, but if you don't know, it's not going to do you any good. And I'm trying to put together a because the money needs to be tracked daily, and then weekly, and then monthly, but then quarterly is when you need to sit down with somebody, whether it's the spouse, your business partner, with me or something, because you want to measure everything quarterly, 12 months in the year, 4 quarters, because that's how you're going to track stuff. Is you want to see how much money was made in this quarter. First, you always hear, even on the news, QT, Q3, Q4, these companies, what's the projections? Did they fall short? Did they do this? Because to try to do it weekly or monthly, it's like when you're running Google ads. If you look at running Google ads daily, you almost put a rope around your neck and hang yourself, because you're sitting there going, oh my God, man, I spent $200 a day. We didn't get one effing phone call. But when you look at it quarterly, you go, okay, weekly, we did $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month, for 8, 12 grand for the quarter. But then you look at over that quarter, how many jobs and how much profit. You go, okay, well, shit, now that's what makes sense. But then you do that yearly with that, because then you look at how much you spent over the year, and then that's when you start seeing the big picture. Because if you look at it hourly and daily and weekly, it'll drive you nuts. You got, and that's with all the numbers, because you need to average it out. I think quarterly, because you may do a job one week and make, I don't know, $1,200 profit, but then next week you do a job and make $3,000 profit or $8,000 profit or so. So you need to look at it quarterly, and then you start looking at the big jobs, and you start trying to figure out, well, how can we get more of the big jobs? But at the same time, you don't want to say no to the small stuff. If it's bringing in a profit, you need to find someone to do it.
Absolutely.
That's why I said that maintenance program that we're working on and trying to put all that crap into effect. Because again, for my daughter and them, they're looking at the big picture, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, and having everything in place. And maybe even, I don't know, venture outside of wood and start doing maybe tile and carpet. I don't know. But everything is open as long as there's a profit, because maybe you don't have to do the carpet or the tile. Maybe you can just bring someone in and say, hey, dude, you can use our name or this. We'll run some ads, and we're showing up at somebody's house and they need the wood floors, but they need the tile in the bath or something. So you can bring somebody in, and then just do like maybe even a 60-40 split. He gets 60, you get 40%, whatever.
Yeah, I
just
think
let him run
Matt,
the division. Yeah, let him.
I have a great tile guy.
Division.
I have a great tile guy. But I talked with Misty about it. We said like, oh, maybe we just leave everything, and when I'm in the house, it comes up, then I do it. I don't have to put it on the website and all that. That's just
it shows up. Well, because me and Ryan are.
But tile is great profit, man. Tile is big. Especially in California.
Maybe if you don't install it. I've installed. How many jobs have you done, Doug? I've did like 3 tile jobs in 40 years, and every time I did one, I said, I'll never do another one of these.
I've only ripped them out. I've never put them in.
Yeah, F that ground.
And ripping them out, I say that same thing. Like I never.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. But if you got somebody, I got a good guy, and I'm making a ton of profit on it. It's great.
Yeah. Well, that's what like Ryan is doing. He wants to start. We're looking at now, redoing, doing a whole nother everything, website, everything, because he wants to start doing bathroom remodeling. Because the remodeling stuff, if you get the job, it's a big ticket item.
Yeah, I just did one, Brian. Just finished one. But
so
I still haven't finished I haven't gotten the last bit of the check, but so far so good. So far so good.
And that's what it is. That's what I told him. I said, because and again, everything's open. Like if you can get a profit out of it, but you can start with the bathroom remodeling, but then it rolls over real quick to kitchen remodeling, which is
Yeah,
a
which
little
is
bit
a
different,
whole
but at the
other.
same time,
Oh
it's
my
just a little
goodness.
bit bigger project.
Yeah, and you have to with the what they call the cabinets and all that. Man,
Yeah,
you got to find somebody who's super accurate. That
and then
stuff is like, ooh,
because I guess with the bathrooms, just like the kitchen, there's computer programs that lay the whole thing out for you. But
yeah.
that's what JB does down in Gulf Shores. Is that's his big thing is kitchen remodeling and kitchen cabinets, and he custom
There's a
builds
lot of
all the
money in that.
kitchens. Uh, and both of them started off with painting, and they got the painting company to where
But
it almost runs itself.
oh,
They still do a lot of it, but it frees up enough time that they can venture off and start doing the kitchen remodeling, cabinets, making,
and
or like he wants to do.
the good thing is because you're already in the house. When you, yeah, it's smart. It's good. Yeah,
Yeah, and you're already the homeowner
you're already.
already trusts you.
They know you. Yeah, they trust you.
Yeah. So all right, good deal, good deal. Hey, what are you starting Friday, Doug? You said you're starting something Friday?
No, I just got a couple estimates on
Oh, like
Friday.
yeah. And what are you doing next week?
Next week I got to engineer floor. I got to do some repairs and sand and stain it and finish it. And then the
And then
week after that I got a small herringbone refinish. I
and
mean,
you
I
start.
got my summer from June to September is booked, but
But that's
that's
because
the
of the screening coats and the gymnasiums, right?
yeah. I got the screening coats. Hopefully, I got down here. I talked with the guy today, and he said he said I could keep one of your crews busy from June to August with screening coats. And I'm thinking to myself, shit, that's great. That's all shit. That's all I want to do.
Yeah. But man,
And then
I want you to stack some money so come September, or hopefully before that, we'll have everything lined up for the Google Ads uh, to get you to show up. Because right now we got you showing up in the top three of Chattanooga. I just want you showing up more in other places.
yeah, I mean, I got it, Brian. I just don't have a damn, I gotta Yuli said, man, you gotta step away. I gotta leave. I gotta step away.
Yeah,
I gotta figure out how to step away.
How many
yeah.
people? How many people you got
I
working for
got
you?
my brother-in-law and the guy he brought in
Uh-huh.
that, oh man, he keeps us on our toes, I'll tell you. Jesus.
Hey man, it's like because you've heard me say 1,000 times that the first person you want to hire is going to be the office manager, someone
Well,
who can
I
answer
got my daughter doing that shit too, and she's supposed to be in here right now listening to you, but
uh, yeah, so we got to get that, and I think I sent you like that phone script shit is
yep.
even if they don't follow it word for word, they've got to get the the principles down.
Oh, I talk shit. She's got it. I talk shit to her every day. What I gotta do is I gotta change my number to her because I still use that burner app. So I'm just gonna put it on her phone. That way I don't even get the calls. Like, because right
Yeah,
now I'm forwarding everything to her instead of it just going to her.
because when I mention that to contractors, the first thing they say is like, well, no, I need to answer the phone because they're going to be asking questions that only I can answer. Again, it's like I. I'm like, get over yourself, brother. But one, that's what you want to do is you want to slow it down. I was like, yeah, well, a homeowner can ask them the questions. They can write the questions down. They can be super nice. They can build that relationship. They can build that rapport, and they can say, man, I'm gonna call Doug and I'm gonna ask him all these questions and get the answers for you because he's on the job site right now. And I'm gonna call you back with all these answers. And in the meantime, send me some pictures and do this. And here's a basic price list so you'll kind of know what we're talking about. And I'm gonna send you a couple of videos that you can watch of a floor just like yours. And that's it. You don't need to answer the effing phone.
Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah. I gotta get my damn internet fixed.
I don't know if that's you.
No, that part was Yuli, but
Our system, we we're basically reinventing it with all the stuff that you're giving us. So
Yuli, how many guys you got going?
you talking to him?
Myself.
Oh yeah,
myself and I. Yeah.
Me, myself, and I know. I know that guy.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, yeah, Yuli should post a couple of links or something. Yuli is a big time jazz musician. Doug.
Really?
Yeah,
Professor.
like he was in New York and shit playing like. Hey, did you ever play the Bird?
Call me Professor.
Yeah.
No, I was in New York. I played in a big church in New York, but I didn't. I wasn't a big guy. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't do floors these days. I was just a small.
No, but he sent me some. Yeah. I've heard some of his stuff, and he can play, man.
That's cool, man.
And
see, that's my problem.
Too, right?
I ain't got like you guys got shit to fall back on. I ain't got. That's all I know is this floors and shit that I shouldn't be doing.
Doug, forever I thought I could fall back on my looks, and now I got old, so it's all I got.
Yeah. Same here.
Man.
Hey, but I have a question to you guys. Like I did the last 3 jobs. I did stain and poly, and I specialize in oil, and now doing the videos and everything. Man, I almost lost my brain on Monday. I was like, all these fumes. I'm like, I hate it. Like, that's what I love about the natural oil. It's very little fumes. Are you guys ever wear? I mean, I don't like masks for nothing, but it's pretty intense. Like the stain and the poly and all that crap. I
would never go back to polyurethane. Never.
No, I mean, I'm talking about water-based stuff. So I use the Bergerseidel, and I use Loba. I mean, I'm from Germany. I got to support my German companies.
I don't smell anything with the Loba.
Yeah, but because
Brian's been doing. Brian's old school. He don't smell shit.
Yeah, he doesn't smell anything anymore. He's like, it's gone.
Yeah,
I'm too sensitive, I guess. I'm like,
I'm the same way as Brian. I don't smell it no more either, man. Right. And that's a bad thing.
Not the water based. If it was the oil based, for sure, and that's why I would never go back.
Yeah,
I hate that crap.
Yeah, no, I don't even use that stuff. I never use it even. I won't use it. Now they make the amberizer. So if somebody likes that look, right, you can get kind of that look or the hybrid or whatever they call it.
Yeah, you can just pour it in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but for me, man, I'll tell them and say, hey, if you want that look, we got to stain the floor. That's another $1.25 a foot. Yeah, and then we just use like a real light, like we use oil natural, and then just add like a little bit of colonial maple, and it gives it that old 40-year-old floor look.
Oh, colonial maple or Duracell or something?
No, I use Varathane from Home Depot. But you ask me why? Because there's a Home Depot in every corner.
Absolutely, you don't have to go to your supplier.
No, I can go to Home Depot or Lowe's, and I've been using it over almost 30 years. And I mean, sometimes I use the Duracell only because it's either there or we're picking stuff up. But and I guess Loba has some good stain. I've never used them.
The alcohol-based
have good stains. What do you use, Doug?
They have the alcohol-based. I tried I always hated staining because you don't have to be so careful with it, man. I'm like, oh my, I'm like a perfectionist. You always see something. The customer doesn't see it, but it makes me real nervous.
Are you popping the grain, Yuli?
I did neutral stain, right? Natural stain or neutral stain. That's very light. So there, all the guys say, don't pop it. So I didn't pop it, and it came out good. For darker stuff, I water pop it, but not for the natural. But even there, I use the Loba stain, which is an alcohol-based stain for dummies. You can throw over the whole pot, and you won't see any lap lines or nothing. But then I use the Bergerseidel on top, and they always tell you, those sales reps, they scare me too. If you don't use the stuff within the company, they don't guarantee it, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, they won't guarantee it anyway. That's what pisses me off.
Right. But the Loba stain is within an hour. Well, they all say that, but they say within within an hour, and I put the Burgercidal on top, and then it's bleeding out some places. The customer was fine, but I couldn't sleep at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, Doug, what stain do you use?
Oh man.
Duracell or Bona.
Bona quick dry, fast dry, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Duracell, like, how much is a quart? $23 or something?
Yeah.
28. Yeah.
Well, we're see, we're still able. Down in Tennessee, we're able to get the gallons.
So
it's like gallon stains.
Yeah,
here too, $80 a gallon.
Yeah,
but how much would the
$60
stain be? Like
shit, I gotta come to North Carolina. There's $60 over there.
Well, so the
what did you say, Brian?
How much?
Because like the Duracell quarts over here, I think are like $26 a quart, and the Varathane is like probably $14 a quart.
Wow.
How do you guys put it on? Yeah, because if you're by yourself, tell me if you're by yourself, because that's what I got. With two people,
yeah, whether I'm by myself or if I got 100 guys, one dude wipes it on and two guys wipe it off.
Brian ain't wiped on no stain in a while.
It ain't been that long. It ain't been that long. Yeah.
So and how do you do it, Doug? You with a buffer, I hope.
Oh man, if I'm by myself, I'll do it with the buffer. But with these two guys that I got, we've been wiping on and wiping off because they can't seem to figure out how not to leave footprints in the goddamn finish, man. I mean, in the stain.
No, and that's the problem. Is like over the years, I've done everything. We used to cut it in with a 2-inch brush, and then we'd pour out a big puddle, and someone would mop it on with a lamb's wool, and then like 4 guys would get in the middle of it and work their way out. And then we'd go back and hit it with steel wool, and that was okay. But then every now and then, when you're pulling the buffer off the floor, somebody always hits something, and they're stained on the wall, or it's on the carpet or the tile. And then we buffed it on and buffed it off, and it's the same thing. It's like when you go to finish, now how you stop, and then or you hit something, or you let the buffer and for me, it's like no, the only one like. It ain't 100%, but it just cuts down on the mistakes by 99% is when they wipe it on and wipe it off.
Yeah, but I did that. I did wipe on and wipe off. And then I saw in the kitchen, the customer doesn't see it, of course. I see this rag line after the second coat of poly already.
Yeah, that's got to be the stain. Like the oil-based stain, whether it's Duracell or Varathane, is that it I don't think I've ever seen a lap mark with Duracell stain.
Something you see, it's like to get
Bona's really good with no lap lines. Like Bona's a really good stain because you can work back into it.
Yeah.
But you know, Duracell is king or Minwax. You know that everybody knows those colors.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing with that Varathane from Home Depot. It's the same stuff. It's like we do a 2-foot section all the way down, all the way back, all the way down, all the way back, and I've never seen a lap mark.
See what I'm going to do for these guys is I'm going to buy that shit from US Sander, the one that it feeds the buffer, so you ain't got to stop, you ain't got to walk on it. It feeds the stain to the carpet under the buffer. The problem with that, the reason I didn't want to get it is because the cleanup on it is probably a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. It's like I'm telling you, it's like, man, just wipe it on, wipe it off. If you, I like 2 guys wiping off, 1 guy wiping on. It's just a foolproof thing, and you're done.
And you know what, Brian? It's not quite that damn foolproof though, because these guys that I got, like they're sweating on the floor crazy, and I'm like, that shit shows, man.
Yeah, they gotta wear some towels or headbands. But you're water popping if you're stained, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if they drink too much or something. That sweat's got some shit in it that doesn't mix with the stain.
Yeah, the salt in the sweat. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long are you guys letting it dry then? How long is tell me your process, like when you do. So I do the stain, then I do depending what stain, like 2, 3, 4 hours stain, let it dry. Preferably overnight, they tell me, but you know, whatever. Then put the sealer down, then 2 hours later the first coat, and then come back next day, buff it, and put the last coat on. How about you guys?
So me, I mean, Brian is in a different world. He he gets it done quickly.
But
So me, I'm pretty much the same as you. Like I like to get it. I like to let it sit overnight if I can, especially
same.
on the the higher pigment stains.
But
Um, but I've done it in two. Like today, I put the stain on and I put a coat down today, and then
Yeah.
tomorrow I'll do 2 coats and
Yeah,
be
and
done.
that's what we do 90% of the time. But we're usually always warm and absolutely no humidity. So
Yeah, you guys have the perfect weather.
yeah, we got the windows open. As soon as they finish the staining, they turn the blowers on, and then they go and start cleaning up their hands and all that crap.
Yep.
And like an hour later, hour and a half later, they can do a first coat of water-based finish.
So you don't use a sealer? You put the poly on right away?
Yeah, I've never used a sealer. I've used like I probably used a sealer 6 times, and every time I've used it, it's just like the tile job. I said, man, I'll never do this again. I don't like the way it buffs. I don't like the way it buffs out, and whether it's over a stain or if it's natural.
It makes you nervous, right?
It gums up the sandpaper. It gums up the screens. I've never liked it. Maybe there's one that's different, but I just don't see no reason not to put the finish, except for maybe it's a little bit more expensive to put the straight finish. I don't know how much the sealers are.
Yeah, it's a little cheaper. The seal is usually like $50 or something like a gallon cheaper. 25 maybe, between 25 and 50.
I gotta come to North Carolina and shop. You said $25 a gallon?
No, it's cheaper. Like the sealer versus the finish.
Oh, $25 cheaper. Got you.
Yeah,
got you.
like the Green Star. What are you guys using? Loba? What do you use, Doug?
The last job I used a Boratec, the ceramic shit, and I went 3 coats. Oh, well, I went 4 coats straight finish because that's what they told me to do.
That's hard. That's
so yeah, the lady's got big dogs and she plays catch in the damn house. So I'm hoping she doesn't destroy these floors.
What is your go-to? What's your go-to usually?
Whatever I could, like Burgercito is. I've been using a lot of that lately because of the price.
Yeah, because it's cheap. Yeah.
And that matte, like that extra matte is sexy, man. That extra matte looks amazing.
And how much is it?
The Royal Matte. I was getting it. I went up north.
150.
I don't know how much you paying.
Well, it used to be 130. Now it's 150 for 1.5 gallons. 750.
Oh, you talking about the Green Star?
The Green Star.
Yeah.
Green Star.
Yeah, the Green Star. I don't like the Green Star so much with the satin because it's like when somebody puts pressure on it, it turns shiny. So I've had that problem with Green Star, but Green Star is almost foolproof as far as putting it down too. It goes down nice, dries nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
But I got some Royal Matte from when I went up north. I bought it. They were, it was the end of the year sale, so I think I got it for like $50 a gallon. So I bought I bought a bunch of it. Yeah, I don't know how many cases I bought. I bought a few $1,000s worth.
Hey, man, how long does it last? Like shelf life?
So all of them are like a year, 2 years, right? So I'm probably at the end of my shelf life with what I got left. Like I asked him before I bought it, he was like, "Yeah, you'll probably be good until March." So I got a couple more gallons left.
Yeah,
but I'll get them done because I've been using them. Like these people have been getting good jobs now because I've been using them as first, second coats. They're getting two component shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I got to get rid of it, and I mean it's cheaper than the sealer I'm getting or the first coats because I paid $50. So they're getting a better job, and I'm not losing.
No. And then does the sealer give you any kind of buildup? What's it look like?
I mean, I usually when I use the seal, I use DTS, and I buy the Super Sport, 5-gallon pails.
What's DTS? One of those big gallon, like cheaper stuff.
So DTS is intense seals, like it's the same as intense seal.
And then
Bona.
It was like but if you're staining the floor, why would you use a sealer after that? Because
Bona
the stain supposed to seal the floor.
Bona says to use it like to prevent white line syndrome. So it's got more elasticity to it, allegedly.
Yeah. Sealer is very. If it's ever sticks on your hand, you tried it. That stuff is like, you compare it to poly. It's like glue, man. It's really tough. It's really tough.
Do you buff it, or do you just put the finish right over the top of it?
Right over top. And then the crazy thing is too, I don't know if you've seen it, Doug, but the sealer, I use either the Flex Seal from Berger or the sealer, the Easy Prime from what's it called, from
Loba.
Yeah, and with those, if you don't put them on the same thickness, it really shows a lot of lap marks. You see it after the first coat of poly, but once you start buffing after the first coat of poly, they usually go away. It makes you real nervous, though.
Yeah, that word usually is deadly.
Yeah, right. That's scary. I know. But every time I did it, let me tell you, every time I
Hey,
did it,
if you're doing a job natural and you hit it with the sealer, does it raise the grain?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, for sure.
So you don't buff it before you put the finish on? You just put the finish on it and then start buffing?
No, yeah, I buff only once. I don't know. I heard you say you buff 3 times. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, if we're doing most of natural is the preferred method, but yeah, we'll do the first coat of finish, let it dry, hit it with 220, put the next coat on it, let it dry, hit it with 320, put the next one down. It's like glass.
Yeah, that's what we like. Tomorrow we're gonna buff that first coat. We rolled this coat, so we try to get it as thick as possible. Because the grain raise was crazy on this one, man. You could feel it when you were fucking staining. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a pain in the ass.
And then so you buff it. What are you gonna buff it with? 320 or 220?
I'm probably gonna buff it with 320. I got 240. I got 240 that I'm thinking about buffing it with, but we'll see tomorrow when I get there. It's either going to be 240 or 320.
So when you guys talk about buffing, what do you use? Do you use that roll of that paper they put under your iPad or something, or you use the?
Yeah, we got a big roll that like it's probably 2 or 3 inches wide, and we do strips.
Right.
What is it? The gold one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gold.
Yeah,
we pull it off, and it sticks to the bottom of the maroon pad, and then we'll just change it when we have to.
Yeah.
I sometimes I'll use a maroon pad and the no, I don't. I have the roller tape, but I find sometimes the shit crumples up and it pisses me off sometimes. So what I use is the it's the same thing. 3M makes it, but they stick to the maroon pad. They're like hook and loop. So I use 3 of those. Sometimes I knock the sharpness down a little bit. Like tomorrow, I probably will. And then on the 320 cut though, I put the damn multi-disc on the floor with the 320s, and like Brian said, that it's like glass.
That's good. That is
and the 320s, you can usually spot a mistake before you go too far.
You know what else I do, Brian? Like, I'm gonna make a video, man, because I do too much. I'm overkill. I use the damn power scrubber to tack.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, I guess if it works, like we just vacuum and tack.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. How much time does it take?
It doesn't take any more. Because how many times do you tack? Like, do you tack the floor 2-3 times or just once?
Yeah, usually once, maybe twice if it's real bad.
Yeah. So I just run that power scrubber and that's it. And I mean, you run with it. So it's almost like you could the same amount of time as tacking, but you leave zero dust. Like there's nothing on that floor.
Yeah, show me a video of it.
I did it on the walnut job, and I was gonna edit it down and put that Kendrick Lamar song on it. They're not like us.
All right, guys. Bug me during the week.
Yeah, man. We done kept you too long anyway, Brian. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. I'm out of here. Okay,
take it easy, Yuli.
Thank you, guys. Okay, see you guys.